Everyone knows the classic, The Wizard of Oz, which was first released as a movie in the year 1939. In 1989, the movie was released for its 50th anniversary on VHS. If you happen to find this original VHS, or you already own it, then you may be familiar with a particular scene that had a lot of controversy. In the scene where Dorothy, the Tin Man, and the Scarecrow begin to walk along the yellow brick road after surpassing the wood cabin, in the back of the trees there's a small figure that appears to be hanging. The few people who noticed it came to an assumption that it was a Munchkin who is hanging from one of the branches on the tree. Everyone was told from time to time that was simply just a bird that they had filmed at a zoo, and to make it seem more natural. Warner Bros. Re-released the film in 1998, where they had restored and remastered it all. This is the tape that most commonly found that is played on television. In this version, since it is a lot more clearer, you could clearly see in fact that the bird is in the scene. However, if you manage to find the clip of the original and play the two scenes next to each other, it is very clear that something is off. The bird in the renewed version is not the exact same place as the bird in the original. Also, if you look closely, you could see that in the original there is some sort of rope connected to one of the branches. And yet, after the year 1998 version overpowered the original in popularity, most people completely decided in fact that it was a bird, not even glimpsing at the original. Of course, it was possible that it was just a bird, but it's just as possible as there were in fact a hanging Munchkin. People have said that those trees are much smaller than how they appear, and that they wouldn't let something like that slip up in a movie. But the Munchkins were small, and it was very possible that a Munchkin, or rather one of the actors playing a Munchkin, had took his own life. Also, there have been many movies which had left things that slip up, such as, The Ghost in the Three Men and a Baby. That ghost was actually a poster of someone accidentally left there. Even though it was clearly seen, it was left in the film. Not to mention that there were many rumors of the Munchkin actor being treated badly on set, which could have driven one of them to do this. Another hanging Munchkin rumor is that the Munchkin had lost his love and he was so devastated that he took his life. Whether or not you believe in the hanging Munchkin, it is something that brings the whole movie down into a darker light than is usually portrayed as. Goes to show, not everything is as what it seems. Even the brightest of all hidden darkness. And that, my little pretties, was, The Hanging Munchkin. A Wizard of Oz Fury pasta. My final thoughts on the story? I definitely would have to say that this one was actually quite something when it came to this Fury pasta. I was actually looking at some good Fury pastas to narrate, and I honestly have to say that this one is actually pretty messed up. Like, if you could see in the remastered version of The Wizard of Oz, I think in 1998, you would see that the bird that is placed where Dorothy and the Tin Man were walking by, they actually passed by the bird. Now, in the, 1989 VHS release, you'd see the hanging Munchkin. Now, I can understand, why that it was removed is because, it's mostly because of, a lot of controversies and all that, which I have no doubt that when it came to the re-release version of it, they had to, remove it because of a lot of controversies. I have a theory as to why it caused some, controversies, and to be completely honest, there are certain things that I can definitely say that it's actually pretty messed up. Like, to see right here, right then, seeing the Munchkin, going all over the place, with the whole controversy, I definitely would have to say that this is actually a pretty good Fury regards to that. Now, I did see a couple narrations of it, like at least a couple times, and I have to say this one was definitely something. I didn't expect, to come across this, but it's definitely a pretty interesting pasta. Like, it's possible that it could be, a Munchkin. Like, I know they wouldn't really use a real person to do that if that was the case. I'm pretty sure they might have used, like, a dummy of it or the doll. It is possible that the Hey Munchkin could be fake, but yet again, we're not really sure. It's very, very hard to say. Like, when I first saw this pasta, never had time to narrate it back in 2019. I don't know why I didn't narrate this earlier. I should have, because it was, pretty interesting, to be honest. I really have seen a couple narrations of the story, and a lot of people really have to say that this could be possible theories. I'm not really sure or anything like that, but I really have to say it's a pretty good conspiracy theory. And I know there's actually, a few videos of, debunking it, which is pretty interesting, to be completely honest. It's pretty interesting. Like, I'm surprised nobody noticed it till, like, much later when they find out. But, of course, I actually, kind of remembered seeing this, but, I think I kind of noticed that when I was younger, when I had it on VHS. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure that could be the case. Yet again, I'm not, always right. It's possible, but I'm just saying, that it's actually a pretty good theory, and I really do find this one to be an amazing pasta for what this one is. I really do find this one to be pretty good. Like, it's a pretty good creepypasta for what it is. It's a pretty good one. I really have to say that I really do find this theory to be really believable, to be honest. I really have to say that this pasta, I actually have to say it's a pretty good theory as to, what actually happened. This is actually pretty good. Now, I'm going to sit there, kind of say this right now, is that it's a pretty great and interesting story. It has a pretty good concept for what it is. It's a pretty good story. I really have to say, I really find this one to be, rather amazing. So, I guess with that being the case, that being said, I don't know who the original author of this, as I can't really see it or something, but yeah, I can't really see who the original author of this story is, so I'm just going to leave this as anonymous, like I said, for most pastas that don't show who, narrate the story for what they are for now. But if I do find out who the original author is, I'll be sure to sit there and give him or her proper credit. But I guess with that being the case, and with that being said, I'm going to sit there and just kind of wrap up the review, as there's not really much to talk about. But I'm going to sit here and say this right now, and I always continue to say, that this is simply my own personal opinion, and if you happen to disagree with me, that is fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions in regards to these creepypastas, and this is simply my own personal thoughts. My final rating of this story would have to be I'm gonna give this one a 10 out of 10. It's a pretty good Fury pasta. It was very good and well made. I definitely would have to say that this is actually pretty believable. Really would have to say that it's a pretty good, believable creepypasta. And I really have to say right now that this story was actually really well made, and I really do like how, the whole, controversy, basically the person, saying this, basically explain this pasta based on something in, the movie, which I definitely would have to say it's believable, really well made in detail, and I really found this one to be quite enjoyable for how this story went. Now, I guess with that being the case, with that being said, what did you guys think about this creepypasta? Did you all enjoy it? Did you all not? Also, what we have done personally to help make this story a lot better, feel free to leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section down below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode, and if you happen to be brand new here on this channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell to when I upload, so then you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro, because I'm out.